I want you to know that condom can only protect you from sexually transmitted diseases, but it cannot protect you from demon transmitted diseases. Stay tuned, I'll be right back.
Hey, I'm your boy Chris Okili. Welcome to Christocentric Film House, a home of films, documentaries, comedy skits, inspirational talks, interviews, and musical videos. We are all about entertainment and truth. I beg, no waka pass if you never subscribe. Drop your comments on the comment box and give us a like. We love you.
Wow, what a wonderful and a beautiful day. You're welcome to Christocentric Film House. Today I'm going to be speaking on sex before marriage. But before I proceed, if you have not subscribed, please do that. And if you have any comment, remember to drop it in the comment box so that it will encourage us to bring you more messages or content. The body is said to be created by God and it's the temple of the Lord. Paul says in the book of Corinthians that the body belongs to God and is the temple of the Lord. Therefore, we should not do anything that will defile the temple. And he equally said in that 1 Corinthians chapter 6, that the body is of the Lord. And whenever we connect this body with another body, it becomes one. What is sex before marriage? When you have an intercourse with a woman before she becomes your legally married wife, so as people think. But do you know that when you come into a sexual relationship with a woman, that first moment she becomes your wife? We can begin to do whatever we want to do with our body, but not all things that come into this body that will benefit us. I have searched and I saw that this generation that we are in has brought a lot of ill. And there are a lot of things that are happening with our young ones now. There are a lot of things that are happening with the society now that it is traceable to sex before marriage. What are these things? The destiny of many have been thwarted. The destiny of many have been destroyed. Because you see, sex before marriage introduce another blood into your system. It also invites, demons into your body. Because when you have sex with the wrong person, you are also bringing, that attitude and character of that person in you, because there's a flow of blood and there's an exchange of blood. People enjoying sex before marriage, not knowing that you are also bringing calamity to yourself, or you are bringing trouble to yourself. Sex is a spiritual thing. Sex is a spiritual thing. But when you don't know, you think it is something that you are doing it to please your flesh or to please your body. Why is sex a spiritual thing? It is a mystery that needs to be unveiled to a lot of youth or men or women of this generation, so that your destiny will be bright. You see, when two spirits come together, they have to agree and work. This spirit, they work in colony. They control, a territory, like the agama lizard or the bird we call canary. And if you are not careful, you introduce another foreign into your body, it brings confusion. And that is why you find out that people marry, and then at the course of time, we begin to see confusion. And it takes the grace of God for this confusion to be corrected. Now, as a young man who has not even married, you go into sexual relationship with a lady, or a young lady who has not been married, and go into sexual relationship with a man because you want to express your love. You see, you are bringing problem to yourself, because you are introducing a foreign body into your body, which will also cause confusion in your life. Do you know that after that sex, you don't meet again? Some people don't meet again. And that same spirit that was transferred from that lady or from that man is in you. When you go to another woman again, you also bring that same spirit in you. Or if you go to another man again, you are also invited another spirit in you. So you begin to see many spirits living in you. Do you remember a story where Jesus met a madman and he asked him, "Who are you?" And the madman said, "I am Legion." Meaning that the body can contain many spirits, many demons in it. So when you begin to exchange sexual partners, you are inviting more demons in your body. And when you are inviting more demons in your body, it means you are bringing problem to yourselves. No wonder the destiny of many have been thwarted. The destiny of many have been shattered. Why? Because the demons that lives in you cannot allow you to do what is right. Demons do not allow you to do what is good. Now look at it. The temple of God that has been defiled, it has become the temple of the devil. Now when it is the temple of the devil controls you to the maximum. He does what he wants to do with you at his own time. He does what he wants to do with you as he wills. But if it is God, you know that God controls your destiny. God put you right, and God will also, usher you into where he has ordained for you. Now, if it is God that is controlling you, you know that your destiny is sure, and every blessings and every promises of God will surely come to pass in you. But if it is the demon, he keeps on delaying you. He keeps on inflicting pains in you, whereby you begin to blame your uncles, your aunties in the village. You begin to blame neighbors and say witches and wizards. No any witches, no any wizard that is disturbing you. Those demons that you attracted from that partner, which you have sex before the time, is the thing that is disturbing you. But if you are married, you are coming into a covenant with a woman. And that covenant is ordained by God, because God himself, institute marriage. He constituted marriage. He brought marriage into existence, and he agreed with it. When you are going into it, it means God will come into it. But if you are going before it, God is not in it. That is why a lot of people are going through trials today. They are going through pains. A lot of people are confused. Their life is no more in order again. Why? Because those demons are operating in you. Those demons are controlling you. Those demons are making you to do what you are not supposed to do. Until you allow God to open your eyes to this understanding, you will never understand it. There are a lot of us that have fallen victims, and we have come out of it. I personally, it's a testimony. Before I get married, I was involved in sex before marriage with other ladies. And this, brought me into tears. I am telling you things from experience and from studies. I am not just saying it because I want to say it to you, or I'm not teaching you because I want to be a teacher to you. I am giving you from a perspective of what? Of a testimony. I want you to understand that I have gone through this, and it took the grace of God for me to come out of it. You see, when we are doing this, we are satisfying the flesh. And when you are satisfying the flesh, God goes out of it. And whatsoever you will do after sex before marriage, I want you to start watching yourself. Observe your life from this moment. When I was coming up, I was engaged in a lot of businesses, a lot of work. And each time I want to get to the peak, I find myself, declining. And until one night, I was able to understand that something is wrong with me. And I have to engage myself in serious prayers and fasting, where I discover this. Then, a lot of pictures came into my mind. And I saw myself, so empty that I need help. And the only help comes from my Creator, my God. And I went to him. Through the blood of the Lamb, I was sanctified. I also want to give you another testimony. A friend of mine, very close friend of mine, who impregnated a lady, and he denied it. After many years, this lady gave birth to this child, and he grew to an adult. This young man went to marry somewhere. He married for many years, and he could not have a child. As God will do it, he came into contact with one man of God, and he told him that this is what happened. He has to go back looking for this lady. And when he found this lady, he had to plead with her. Why? Because this lady altered a statement because he cheated on her and she poured curse on him, and it did not go well with him until he has to come and beg. He has to come and apologize until this lady forgive him. As she forgave, everything fall in order. He has to look for this child of his, and when he got this child, he has to beg too. From that moment, when he came back home, that same month, his wife took in. Can you see the ill? Can you see the evil? Can you see the repercussion of sex before marriage? There are a lot of things that will go wrong. A lot of youth today are going through trials. They are going through hard time because they have fallen into this category of sex before marriage. It is very dangerous. Another implication of sex before marriage, you discover that after you have married your legal wife, the wife of your choice, you discover that this spirit still functions in you. And by the time you have an intercourse and you begin to bring siblings, seeds, that's children or generation that will inherit whatsoever you have gathered, you discover misbehaviors in these children. Why? Because the spirits that are in you are being transferred to those children. And begin to watch your wife. Your wife's soul will also misbehave. Why? Because those spirits that are in you, or watch your husband, you discover that those spirits that are in you are being transferred to him or to her. And this affects the generation coming negatively. Now, if you are a vibrant young man or a vibrant woman, or an educated woman, very intelligent woman or intelligent young man, you discover that your children will begin to misbehave in a way that you will begin to ask yourself, where is this one coming from? You see, those demons that are living in you are also contributing to the upbringing of your children. They are there, they are passed spiritually into the children. Another implication of this is that when you are observing your children, you discover that you are not a thief and you see your child stealing. That will bring trouble to your heart. You are not a smoker and you discover that your child begins to smoke. And then we begin to, attribute it to peer group influence. It is not so. There are demons that lives in you who transfer those character or attitude to your children. Do you remember a story in the book of Genesis? The Bible says, and the sons of God saw the daughters of men beautiful, and they came into them, have sexual intercourse, and these women born giants. There were giants on the earth. Those are the implications. Those are the negative effects of sex before marriage. They will definitely manifest in the life of your children, whereby your children will become a menace to the society. Another implication of sex before marriage is that it affects your business negatively. Observe yourself. When you engage yourself in business, as you are being promoted, or you are being making success or progress in life, all of a sudden you see yourself declining. It is because there are some demons who control these things that have been in you through sex before marriage. And I want you to view the society. There are a lot of people who use this sex in business. So they come in, have a sex with a lady, and go away. And they put a demon there who will become a channel of, extracting people's destiny and transferring this destiny to such people. These people are ritualists. You keep on struggling to reach your destiny. Nothing happens, positively. Why? Because somebody somewhere has used a lady and then inject or put a demon there which will begin to, suck your destiny and transfer it to him. And you find yourself not making headway. Another implication of sex before marriage is that it changes your destiny. Now, I want to bring a story to link to this one. There was a story of a young man in the Bible named Joseph. When Potiphar's wife saw him, she saw the destiny of Joseph, not the beauty, not the handsomeness of Joseph, but the demon in her saw the destiny of Joseph. So they want to change that destiny. They really want Joseph not to become a king, not to become who God says he is. And that was why she went to him to, attract him to have sex with her. But Joseph, having the knowledge, he refused and he attained his destiny. Now you who don't have the knowledge of God, you who don't have the knowledge of the scripture, you will easily be attracted to a lady who will come from nowhere to, entice you. By the time you go into sex with her, your destiny is shattered. You will never become who God says you will become. Another implication of sex before marriage is that it opens you to sicknesses and diseases. You discover that you are a healthy young man, living your life in all goodness. But because of one little mistake, you contract a disease, sexual transmitted diseases like HIV, like hepatitis, name them. There are a lot of them. And when you contact all these sicknesses, it reduces your lifespan. So you see, your body, which is meant to be the temple of God, need to be kept holy, not to be defiled. While you defile this body, it brings a lot of problems to you. Hold it here. I will see you on the next edition. Once again, I am your regular host, Dennis Daniel. Till I come your way again, please stay away from sex before marriage. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. God bless you. Bye.